Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to film this video today because one, we are long overdue for a girl talk video, which is the bread and butter of this channel. I love doing these videos because I feel like I'm really connecting with you guys and we're talking about topics that I guess we can all kind of relate to. Also, I'm sure you noticed that I am in my old room, my parents' house. So this is actually the bedroom that I filmed a lot of my videos in when I first started my YouTube channel. If you guys have really been subscribed like back in the day, then it is the green room, which is actually right behind this one. But in high school, I moved into this bedroom. And as you guys can see, like behind me, those are my cheer photos up on the wall. So it's really nostalgic coming back in here. And I thought, like, what other video to film than a girl talk video, okay? So today I'm just answering your questions that you guys sent me on Instagram. There are quite a lot of good questions, so I just wanna jump right into it, shall we? The first question, I thought I would just keep it lighthearted. Do your dogs smell like clean or fresh? Just asking because my dog starts smelling after I wash him. I've learned that you have to dry them. Like if you bathe your dog and you just towel dry and then you let them run off, I feel like that just makes them smell. Like something about the fur or the coat not fully drying and like just the moisture lingering around on their skin, and then they run and sweat. That's what really makes them smell after a bath. But if you already dry them and they do still smell, I think you may have to opt for like a shampoo that's supposed to help with like the odors. Navi, for example, she is the most smelly out of all of my dogs. And I don't know why. Like, I mean, we bathe her regularly, we wipe her and clean her, but it's just like, you know, like humans, some people just smell more than others. So I think same applies with dogs. So I would definitely try like switching the shampoo first, try something that helps with the odors, and making sure you dry their coat completely after you wash them. How did you get your hairs to grow so long and healthy again? If you guys have been following my hair journey, you know that 2 years ago, when I first moved to LA, I had just completely sad, broken off, bleached blonde hair. Okay, I'll put a photo here. I mean, I've never really had like really thick hair or anything, but I've always had like pretty long hair throughout majority of my, I guess, my teenage years. Over time, my hair just started breaking off more and more. So anyways, long story short, how did I get my hair to grow this freaking long in a matter of 2 years? I feel like there's a lot of different factors, but first it has to come down to your hair care. By the way, I am wearing extensions, but the length you see, this is pretty much the length of my hair. My natural hair is probably just like 2 inches shorter than my extensions. I wear my extensions because I want fullness. I'm sure you guys have heard about taking biotin, so biotin is really helpful. And then the next thing is to eliminate heat and using the right hair products that are good and nourishing for your hair. Which brings me to my shampoo and conditioner. I've been using Function of Beauty for quite a few months now. If you guys watch the vlogs, you know like I use their shampoos and conditioners. I do want to say thank you to Function of Beauty for sponsoring today's video. I'm really excited to show you guys their shampoos and conditioners because it's like everything that a hair conditioner and shampoo should be. So if you guys are like me, growing up I would always go to the drugstore to try to find like the right shampoos and conditioners for my hair, but it's always hard because I have a really dry scalp, but then I also am oily and then my ends are really dry. So when I will go to the drugstore, like it's either for damage, for color, or for like volume. Like you can't get everything in one. So that's why I really like Function of Beauty. They are a brand that does customized shampoo and conditioners. So there's not one formula that is the exact same. Everyone has a different bottle and you can even customize it with your name. So mine here says Function of Weylie. Another thing that I really like is that you get to pick your color. So as you guys can see, I chose the orange color, but you can also go for dye free if that's what you want, and fragrance free. So anyways, this is what I have. I have it in the peach fragrance. So basically you just go on their website, you take a 2-minute quiz. The quiz is so simple, straight to the point. You just put down your hair type, your hair goals, and then they make a customized formula that is shipped to you. So I love that about this brand. And they're also 100% cruelty free and vegan. It's also free of sulfate, parabens, phthalates, I can never say this word, I don't know how to pronounce it, and no GMO. It's non-toxic. So overall, just good, simple stuff for your hair. Also, as you guys can see, it comes with a pump. I truly believe that using the right shampoo and conditioner is what's gonna help your hair grow a ton as well. When my hair is dried, then it breaks. So with this, because of the formula that I've been using, it's just so hydrating for my hair that my hair is a lot stronger now. It's so much silkier. For my formula, the 5 things that I chose, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll put it here on the screen. It's deep condition, root nourishment, color protection, because I do color my hair. So if you have more damaged hair, I would definitely go for those options that are for nourishing and like bringing your hair back to life. Definitely check them out for yourself. I really, really love this brand. If you guys do want to check them out, I do have a coupon for 20% off. So I'll link it here on the screen, and I'll also write it in the description box down below. So make sure you open that, check it out. I also got their leave-in conditioner. This is a nice leave-in conditioner that I put in my hair after I get out the shower, and that's it. And try to minimize using heat on your hair. That also goes a long way, and you will definitely see a huge difference in your hair growth once you just like have the right routine. What plans do you have for your future 30s and 40s? Like, how are you gonna find money if YouTube is gone? So this is the reality that I think a lot of people face in their careers. YouTube specifically, it's kind of like a scary place because for me, I got into YouTube so young, and it was never my intention for YouTube to be like my career. Like, it's crazy to even call it a career because sometimes I feel like I'm still that same high school girl having fun on YouTube, and somehow like it's sustaining my living. So it's really crazy, and I am so grateful for this job. I think about it every single day. It just blows my mind, but it's inevitable. Like, that happens to anyone in any career path, right? Like, I've seen my parents get into so many different businesses growing up, and every time they would be so excited about it, and then years later it starts to go downhill. Like, it's just a cycle, and I think everyone has their turn. So I am constantly faced with the question, like, is this gonna be my career for many more years to come? I have other things in mind. Like, I've always dreamed of having like a small shop. You guys know how much I love stationery. I truly hope that one day I can open like a little shop where I sell like sustainable journal like supplies, and maybe even some like sustainable clothing in the boutique. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the future holds, but I truly believe that I just have to follow my passion and do things that I want to do. Just going through all these adult years, I truly am seeing like a transformation in myself, and I find comfort in knowing that life does not have to be so like, you need a big house, you need a nice car, or, you know, all these things that we go crazy about, all these things that we chase after. I realized that if things were really to not work out, I will sell everything I have and I will move into an RV or like a tiny home, or like I would just live out of my car and get like a rooftop tent. Like, you know what I'm talking about? That's the type of lifestyle that I find so freeing. And I do always think about that would be the last resort, and that is still a great resort. But aside from the opening my own business dream, because I know that's like a big dream. May have talked about this before, but I truly have a passion in real estate. I can see myself being a realtor. In my adult years, a lot of my friends see that in me, and they're like, you'd be a really good realtor. So who knows, maybe I'll be a realtor. I try to think with optimism, and this is like my tip to you guys too. For any of you guys who are going through maybe possibly a career change, or maybe you haven't found a career yet and you're so fearful of the future, I hope that what I'm saying can help bring some comfort to you in knowing that, yes, it is really scary not knowing like if you would be able to afford your rent anymore. As long as I have the people that I love and care about around me, I can figure it out. Same thing for you guys. Just know that you will figure it out. Just don't give up. Follow your passions. Even if it doesn't seem like your passion is something that will make you a lot of money, at least you're doing something you love. The next question is your house your forever home, or are you planning to get another home in the future? Since the beginning, when I got the house, I knew that this house was a little small, you know, but I wanted to live within my means. I didn't want to buy like a crazy big house. Well, first of all, your girl can't afford a crazy big house. And when I got this house, I wanted to make sure that it was something that I can comfortably afford. I don't want to live a life where I'm just held back by my mortgage, because I've seen it happen to so many relatives, and I just didn't want that life. So although my house is smaller, it was just right for my budget at the time. I believe that there's going to be a day that I outgrow this home, like if Juan and I decided to have kids, or, you know, 3 golden retrievers. I think we will eventually need more space, but as of now, and like with my goals in life, with Wa's goals in life, we're very happy with like our small little house, and we're in a great neighborhood. We have the best neighbors that look out for us. So yeah, most likely we're gonna stay here for a long time. Okay, so next question. How did you strengthen and practice your patience in relation with your parents? This is an ongoing battle that I struggle with. Me and my parents' relationship is interesting, to say the least. So growing up, my family, we have never been very intimate, you know, never say I love you. The way they would care about me is through like tough love, okay? That's just the culture, I think. Chinese people, or just maybe Asian people, it's hard for us to show our affection. And I don't know what it is. I think it's just something that's always been in our culture. It's always more of this tough love thing. And this is not to say that there aren't Chinese families that are super affectionate, okay? I'm not saying that. I feel like I always have to like put out a disclaimer, because someone always has to check me. So anyways, y'all know what I'm trying to say, okay? Can I just go on with my story? My mom was like just this feisty Chinese woman, and she yelled at us more than she like, you know, really talked to us. And it wasn't until high school where we kind of mended our relationship, but it's always on and off. And I think a lot of it has to do with, it's just lost time, I think. This is not to say that I don't have a good relationship with my parents. Like, I love my parents, and every time I see them, I'm trying to make the relationship better. But I think that there's something about when you're a child, there is a time in your life where you really need your parents to be parents. And my parents kind of weren't there when it was that time. So because that connection was just missed out when I was younger, it's really hard to build that relationship now. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's something that we really have to work on. How do I make it better these days? I think recognizing that your parents are not perfect and that they have a ton of flaws just like you do. That's the number one thing. In the past, I think I was so hard on my parents because I wanted them to be perfect parents. I wanted them to be the supportive parents. I wanted them to be the parents that always asked about how I'm doing. My parents, they tend to talk a lot about themselves. And I think that's just like an Asian thing too. Like every Asian auntie or uncle I meet, they just go on and on about themselves. For example, say they asked me, Weylie, how are you doing? And I talked to them about maybe work. Then they would turn the story back on them and be like, oh yeah, like at my work, I totally understand. And then they go on and on and on about their work and their life. And sometimes I feel that emptiness where I'm like, you know, it'd be nice if my parents were just those parents where they were just very like good listeners. I've realized now that I can't expect them to be good listeners. I can't try to change them. I just gotta love them for who they are. Is it still frustrating talking with them sometimes? 100%. But I try to remember that they ain't perfect, and this is just their personality. They surround themselves with people in their generation, their age group, and they're all kind of like that. So of course they're not gonna think the way I think. Overall, I think the biggest thing is to just remember you can't expect your parents to be perfect. If you're gonna compare, you're never gonna be happy. You know, I can look at other parents and be like, damn, I wish my mom was like that or my dad was like that, but that's just not who they are. So yeah, and your parents can say the same thing about you. They can look at you and be like, I wish you were a better daughter, you know, I wish you were a better son, but that's not who you are. Then, like, you know, it's all about acceptance and trying to just appreciate them for who they are and enjoy the time that you have together, because it's not forever. Your family will always be your family. They're not just friends. So might as well try to make it be good. They'll never be out of your life. They'll always be connected to you some way, somehow. So yeah, might as well try to make it good. You know, it's on you. It's on you as well. You can't expect your parents to do all of the work. So you have to try to meet them halfway. Anyways, this video has been pretty long. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really loved the topics that we talked about today, and I look forward to doing more of these videos. So please thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. The last question I wanted to answer, I'm not going to fully answer this one because one, I actually made a new video today about this topic. So if you guys are done with this video and you want more girl talk, you want more chit-chatty stuff, then head over. I'll also link it down below. But yeah, it's going to be on Weylie TV's channel. So the question is, how do you keep your sex life spicy? And yeah, Juan, I finally talked about it. We actually like gave you the nitty-gritty. You know, it wasn't just one of those videos where we're just vaguely talking about it. Like, we really talked about some of our struggles. This would have to be Juan and I's first, like, just really open video talking about like an uncomfortable topic. Head on over to Weylie TV if you guys want to know how we keep it spicy. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly, truly appreciate all your support that you've given my channel. I mean, from this burgundy bedroom to 26-year-old Weylie, like, we've come a long freaking way. So thank you for all your support throughout the years, or even if you just subscribed today or last month, welcome, nice to meet you. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.